Alright. Good evening, everyone. It's Alan McBron, and we're out here back on our multiplayer server that I run for my community. And I've got a pit trap that I've captured some wild boars in. And the sow, which is the female pig, is pregnant. And our goal is to see if we can't improve the pit trap before the piglets are born. To filter out the piglets, to make it so I can capture the piglets by themselves. And not the parents. Let's see here. That's like 10 a.m. in game. Perfect. Alright, so let's see here. I have all that. I'm going to need some clay. Probably just one clay. But you know, we'll go ahead and do full. We'll get 4 pieces of cobblestone. There we go. Okay, we're going to need the chisel. I'm going to need to make a new chisel. We're going to need the hammer. So while we're sitting here thinking about all this, let's go ahead and make a new chisel real quick. Because we're gonna need one here in a bit anyways. There we are. And that's something else I should make. I'm gonna grab a few cattails. Make some more rope ladders. It's always good to have a few rope ladders on you. I actually need a couple more cattails than that. Go. Cool. And I have 6. Perfect. There we go. Rope ladders. Because we're going to use those to get in and out of the pig pen. Well, the pig trap, I should say. Say hello to everybody who might be on the multiplayer server right now. Alright. Got one of my community members on. Alright, cool. Metal's heated up here, and we're gonna make a chisel. Because we've been needing an iron chisel anyways. Alright, so let's do 3 down real quick. There we go. And let's take the top layer off. And for those who are watching, you know, you might notice is I'm getting some little metal bits back down there on my toolbar. That's because I'm using the Smithing Plus mod. I really like that mod. Basically, when you're snipping off pieces of metal like this, it gives you the extra bits back, which is just super handy. Alright, I'll put the hammer back in here. Put the extra metal bits into here, because I can just put them way hot, which is kind of cool. In my, okay, who's one of my players, is working catching some goats. There we go. Let me come over here and finish this chisel real quick. There we go. Alright. Cool. Now we can put the tongs away. And actually, I'm going to grab this shovel too. Oh good, my strong tannin is ready. There we go. I'm making leather. Gotta keep my leather going. There we go. Put that in there. And do I have anything? Oh, I do have another hide. It's almost ready, so actually... crafting window, please. There we go. Scraped hide. Scraped hide in here. Seal that. And in 3 days, that one will be ready to go into the strong tannin. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, gotta put that away. Cool. And put that on the hot bar. And let's just grab a little bit of food for the road, since I'm gonna be out working. To seal some of the pies that my wife's making. No one tell her. There you go. Go ahead and eat one real quick. Uh-oh. Some of our food rotted. What rotted? I don't know what rotted. Oh, yeah. My player's talking about how slow the goats reproduce. The goats only have like one kid at a time, which makes it very slow. Where the pigs can have anywhere from like 2 to 5. It's ridiculous how fast the pigs reproduce in this game. And by ridiculous, I mean amazing. Alright. Okay. Gonna go put this rod away real quick, and then we'll head over to the farm. Or the trap where I've got the pigs. Okay. Put our rot in here. Oh, this is my wife's Terra Petra. It's the really, really good farm soil that she's been working on making. Alright, now if we go over this way, it'll take us to the pig trap. Around my house here that I've been working on. We gotta put the roof on this house. That'll be the other project today after I finish the pig trap, is put the roof on the house. A very interesting mountain formation back there. And the other thing I gotta build at some point is a chicken coop. That lump over there almost looks like some sort of animal. It's just some dirt sticking up. So I did fight a deer over here, and it killed me actually, or like earlier. Oh, my player accidentally was using low fertility soil to farm. That's awful. Now I'm just telling them that they can still farm in the low fertility soil. They accidentally tilled it without realizing it. They've never tried to replace it all with medium fertility. And we got temporal rifts out today. That's going to make improving the pig pen or pig trap over here a bit more difficult. Alright. But here we are. This is the pigs. They're a little snow covered. See, there's my pregnant one. Oh, they're out of food. But they're still got good weight. So that's fine. And I'm gonna leave that ladder there, because I wanna weigh in. So basically, it's what, 2 deep? No, it's 3 deep down to the bottom. So I'm gonna have to come into here. 2, so 3. This is gonna have to come out here. Down a little much right there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, perfect. Nah, he's just replacing it, which makes sense. I don't blame him. I'd just replace the dirt at that point, too. There we go. And I don't need much. I just needed a little bit of space here. I was going to go ahead and cut this tree down real quick. There we go. What does this deer fern count as? Just a plant? Yep. It's that one. Did I get any more? Okay, no. Alright, so make sure none of my tree stuff fell in here. No, good. Good. Alright, so we're gonna layer this in a little bit. Maybe this deer fern as well. Cool. Alright, and we're gonna need a piece of dirt there. Here we are. Actually, I can even just do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me take this out. There we go. Let's move into the deer fern. There we go. Some animals have been by here. Interesting. Alright. Alright, gotta push all this back a little bit. There's a reason I'm doing all that. That's so that things don't get in there with our piglets and potentially harm them. Because I actually had bears kill my pigs previously. And I'd like to avoid a repeat of that. So we're going to go up here. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Oof. He was building a greenhouse and had a problem with that. There we go. Yeah. Alright. So now what we need to do... We're going to drop a ladder down in here. That way we can get down in here. And so... We're going to dig that out. And then we're going to put a block down. And then kind of what I'm thinking, get our hammer out and our chisel. We're going to turn this into a chisel block. And kind of what I'm thinking is we're going to just like do this here. Knock these little blocks out. There we go. Alright, let's see. Now if we go like, say to here, we can now go along the sides. Because we're going to widen it up just a little bit. I'm going to leave the like very outer layer. Because so you can already see the mama pig like nuzzling the other side of the block there. I just heard a wolf somewhere in the distance. Yep, see, sticking her face there through. There we go. Alright. Let's go to the other side now. Just make this easier. So what I'm doing, Davik, here, is I'm attempting to make a slightly better pit trap for my pigs. Alright. I think I've gotten most of it here. Hold on. Put my lantern down to see if I can get a little better angle here. Yep, there's still a little bit right there. So basically, my goal... There we go. I think I got it all. Get my lantern real quick. Go to the other side. Okay. So basically, I'm trying to build a little slot that baby pigs can come through, Davik, because I've got some adults in there. I'm trying to get a little slot that babies can come through, and I'm going to have my, like, breed traps in this side over here. So my goal is for baby pigs to be able to come through here, into here, and have my reed traps in here for them. And also one of my players is asking me about my greenhouse I have. And I heard a drifter. Oh yeah, no. It's nice and cold where I'm at right now too. You know, and I live in the southeast, so we don't normally have weather this cold. We're sitting here and it's just above freezing right now for us, which is very cold where I'm from. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to leave that drifter behind, and hopefully that will work. Big trap. Ah, you're in LA? Yeah. It's usually not too cold over there either, is it? I don't know what LA's weather patterns are like. Now, I know in Northern California it can get pretty cold. I have a friend that lives over in Northern California. It's down in this hole. Oh, this is where I was doing some prospecting previously. Oh. Once I get back to... So I've got a player ask... one of my players... The high was like 50 today. Yeah, that's what it was here. We only got up to like 47, I think, here today. Which, where I'm from, like, even that's considered cold. Like we're finally getting an actual, like, winter for us. You know, on Christmas Day it was like 80. It was like 80 degrees. That's pretty normal for us. Alright, there we go. Gotten away from the drifters now, so I can actually answer my community member's question about my greenhouse. There we go. Yeah. All right. So they were asking me, as I said, they were asking me about my vanilla playthrough on my solo game, where I built a kind of a V-shaped greenhouse in my vanilla game, and that's so that you can have maximized farm space. So, like, every exposed tile on your floor is farmland, and all of it is watered with basically troughs of water behind the exposed farmland. and you have to build in this weird V shape, but it means you have to do extra like math and calculations on like how high you can build and how wide and all that. Because oh, these. So this is just where my wife's been cutting the pies into slices and putting it on the shelves to store it. I've been trying to convince her that she can either just put the whole. Well, she knows she can put the whole pie on the shelf. She does that. But I've also been trying to explain to her like we could just take like a stack like this. So like we could just do this here, pick all these up, and then I could just take these 5 pies and just throw them in this one slot and be slightly more storage effective. But she likes the way they look on the shelves, and I don't. And I don't tell my wife how to cook or run the kitchen. My players continue to talk to me about it. Yeah. Selling them. My video should tell them how I built my V-shaped greenhouse. So, well, now we just have to wait for the pig to give birth to see if my design works over there for the pig pen. And then kind of the next step is I need to go get some more lumber to finish the roof on my house. What's the activity like? It's low. Let me go put away the hammer, so I'm not just wandering around with like the good tools. There we go, and the shovel. What's that? All right. Let's see here. Let me also grab some more food. And man, I am just like limited down in stuff in my inventory right now. There are these extra boards in here. Someone's making fire clay. Put away this firewood. Matter of fact, I'm going to go put this in my wife's firewood box. There we go. Alright, now it's off to go. Wait, let me grab some food. Good lord, I keep trying to run off without food. Here, I'll help you with some of these half-eaten pies. Davik there. We're going to grab a couple. Take with us for the road. Let's see here. I need fruit, honestly. There we go. Let's go find some maple trees. I want to build my roof out of maple. Oh, I did finally finish the main pig pen. Once I capture some of the piglets, I'm going to move them into here. I'll show you all that. I did this off recording. But yeah, I finished carving the holes here. Because the idea is that when the pigs give birth to piglets, they'll fall down through these holes into this area under the pig pen here. And then when they try to get back to their parents, come up this and get caught into this back area here. That way, once I have my piglets separated out, I can cull out the older generation and bring in the younger generation or the newer generation to increase my generations until we get them fully domesticated. And that's where the board is going to go, is over there. This was the old pig pen where we had Jeff the pig and his family. They were killed by a boar a few days ago. No, not by a boar, by a bear. A bear came in and decided to kill my pigs. Well, they're really the colony's pigs because we were all kind of taking care of them. It's very sad. Oh yeah, the filter design. Yeah, so I actually learned about that when building it for my chicken coop in my vanilla survival world. So I have my vanilla playthrough where I'm working my way through the storyline and everything. And I did that design for the chicken coop because I saw someone talking about that on the subreddit for the game about, oh yeah, you can filter out your chickens this way and you know, increase your generations that way. And I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. And then someone else commented, oh yeah, you can do the same thing with pigs if instead of just doing like little strips like I did, because I basically just did like little that was a little too far down. I just did little rows instead of like holes to filter out my chickens. And someone commented on my video, was like, oh yeah, you can do the same thing with pigs if you just carve out the whole middle section of the block. And I was like, oh. So now I'm testing it on my multiplayer server, because that would make my life so much easier. Being able to separate out the pig generations. I do have shears, I just didn't bring them with me. Because I wasn't super, well, you know, I'll go back for the shears. I'll go back for the shears and do it right. Because normally I do that. I also have a whole stack of maple seeds and stuff back at the house. I definitely do. Like, anytime I cut down an oak tree like that one right there, I definitely shear the oak trees first. Because oak trees are just too important. Nah, it's alright, Dovik. You are correcting my poor what's the word I'm looking for? My misplays. You're correcting my misplays that I as a really experienced player of Vintage Story at this point, having put in, I don't even want to know how many hours now. That I do know that, and I just headed out just to get going because I was just like, I want to finish my roof, and didn't even think about the fact that, you know, I should do the more ecologically minded thing of, you know, you want more seeds to replant the trees. Where did I have my shears at? I hid my shears for myself. There they are. I'm gonna have to replace these soon. But to make you not feel bad, you know, and to show you that I do that. Somewhere around here. Like here's all my birch seeds. I've got like 19 of those. I've got 22 pine cones there because I like to grow pine trees for firewood. And then I've got 6 maple seeds. Maple seeds I don't get a lot of for some reason. I just don't. Even when I do shear the trees. Oh, here's 35 of them. So there's my oak seeds, 3 of them. Another pine cone. You know, got some other seeds too. Yeah, tool belt mod would be really cool. Make sure there's nothing sitting in here. Ooh, we got a walnut seed. Nice. Love that Sims mod. Yeah, no, I tend to use the elk for that in my vanilla playthrough when I go on journeys, is I just keep the stuff that, like, I want to have access to on the elk. The elk is so good to have once you have the elk. Makes life so much easier. Yeah, our goal on this server, I think one of the kind of long-term goals is we're going to try and work our way into sturdy leather. Which, one of my players has done it before. I've never done sturdy leather before. Gonna finish this charred pie. There we go. Alright. That's here. Yeah, that's a nice big oak tree there. Where are you? Here, a maple tree. First one. Got the maple seed. There we go. There we go. Replant that one immediately. Pine. I want pine. That's maple. small maple. I do have to be careful out in this area. We see a lot of wolves in this area. And bears. Or drifters. Come here. You started the fight. We're gonna finish it. Nope. Two of you. Ow. I guess we'll all call it a draw there. There we go. Try and get all these maple trees cut down real quick before the drifters come back. And to be fair, Dovig, you know, I really should be doing this anyways, because you never really run out of needing sticks. You always need more sticks. So, you know, it's a very valid point that you were making about, like, you know, you should really do that. Get everything? Oh, there was a stick there I missed. Right here. It's all birch stuff. Okay, let's grab this maple tree. Like, you know. Alright. The other thing I need to do is, like, I need to establish an area that's going to be like my tree farm. Currently, I've just been kind of growing them randomly around the homestead area I've been hanging out in. There we go. Alright. But how you doing today, Delphic? I didn't ask. Got so wrapped up in the stuff I was doing here in the game. Forgot to ask. Just, you having a good day so far? Alright, take it all up. Oh, there's pine cone I missed. Okay, let's plant another maple tree here. Just replace that one. This one looks like it might be an okay-sized maple tree. Alright, there we go. Plant another maple tree to replace that one. There we go. Alright, one of these looked pretty large. I gotta be careful. Some of these have... Okay, so this is one of our trees that we get mushrooms off of, so let's leave that one. What about you? Are you one of our mushroom trees? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was just a dying battery, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Ah, staying harmed. Wanted to do some welding today, but couldn't get the energy. Smoke alarm went off. Oof. Okay, now I've got up on what was going on. Yeah, those early morning smoke alarms suck, though. Yeah. I mean, at the same time, though, you don't want to not have them. In case there is an actual emergency. This is like a little cluster of maple trees here. Yeah. I thankfully had a fairly decent day. Outside of getting up at 5 a.m. You know, just because I always get up at 5 a.m. I wish I didn't get up at 5 a.m. Yeah, I think I got all those. Alright. Leave those there. Let's cut these maples down. Now, the cool thing about this is even if I do accidentally cut down one of the trees we harvest mushrooms off of routinely, when we're out foraging, by replanting it, you know, when that tree regrows, it'll grow those same mushrooms again. In case people didn't know that. Alright. There we go, that wasn't too bad. I think I got all the parts and pieces off of them. Let's see here. Let's see any missed seeds and such. So let's take this back and see if this gets us enough to kind of do what I want to do here. Now, if I was being fancy, I'd make a walnut roof. Hey man, you get some rest. And have a good night, dude. I hope you sleep better tonight and don't have any more weird wake-up calls. Alright. Let's get back over here. And get these boards made. Like there, I thought I saw something there in the grass. Alright. I'm gonna put these shears in here for now. I was gonna feed my character real quick. Starting to complain about being hungry. There we go. Alright, grab the saw. Put these extra maple seeds away. I'm gonna have to replace this saw here in a second too. It's not gonna have enough durability. Yep, there it goes. Alright. Listen here. You know what? We're just gonna smelt these real quick. We are just gonna smelt those real quick. So let me show you all something cool about the Toolsmith mod here. Put that there for the moment. Let's grab a little bit of charcoal. And we can just take this and throw that in here. Oh, that's empty. Won't let me do it. Okay. Won't let me do it that way. That's alright. Even though it says it will smelt into one tin bronze ingot, that's fine. Because what we can do is do that and get our nuggets back, which I think at this point is probably more valuable. So there's some more tin bronze nuggets and some copper nuggets. There we go. Alright, so let's grab an iron ingot real quick. Only need one. There we go. And let's light this forge up, and we're going to make an iron saw to replace our copper saw. Someone is messaging me in the Facebook, or in the Discords. What's going on here? Nope. An error occurred. What's going on here? Hold on, folks. Looks like I've lost connection to my stream. There it goes. Something was going on there with YouTube. There you go. Alright. We're back. My YouTube was being weird there. I'm gonna need a hammer. Oh, good. The sun's coming up. That'll mean less drifters harassing us, hopefully. And it's common rift activity, so even better. There we go. And we want a saw blade. Now, because I am using the Smithing Plus mod, I could theoretically repair the tools by just adding extra metal bits to them. But I've learned, since doing that, it actually lowers the maximum durability of the tool when you do that. Matter of fact, the hammer I have up there was one I fixed. I do think that's a fair mechanic, though. Like, I'm not going to say that's a bad idea. I think that's a good idea. Because it means you do have to replace your tools at some point, in theory. I haven't checked to see if it stacks yet. I'm going to find that out here later. Alright, there we are. And now we just trim off the extra bits. There we go. Nice. And we got 9 iron bits back. Beautiful. And then that. Plus a stick. Where's my stick? There's a stick. Gives us a nice iron saw. Which we're going to need in a second. There we go. Alright. More boards. There we go. That should be enough for the moment. So let's save that. And let's put some of these sticks away in my stick box. Gotta have a stick box. Here's my stick box. There it is. Beautiful. Alright. Let's go see if we can't do something about this roof that I've been working on. Alright. Really should install the step up mod. Alright, so let's do that. There we go. That makes that a little easier. Alright, so now if I do, is it this? No, it's gonna be this. Right? Yep. Cool. Let's do that. Gift. There we go. I forgot how expensive wooden roofs are. Man, it's gonna be expensive. Hopefully I can do that. That'll help. Right. The trick is not to fall down from up here. Just like in real roofing. Alright. So let's get some more boards. That's going to be the last of the ones we can make with that set of boards. We're going to have to get some more. Now, I'm going to go over here. We're going to leave that one empty. That one there. Go. Cool. because we need a special shape for that one. So we need, what is it? We need this shape, which is also 6. All right. So let's go ahead and make some more boards real quick. There we go. All right, so we need 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. That should be the one we need. I remember correctly. Yes, perfect. I got that on the first try. Nice. So let's do. There we go. All right. Got to finish doing the outside here, and then we can move on to the middle section. Then I have to decide how I want to do the middle section. So what do y'all think? A low flat roof, maybe? Or, like, do I do a nice high steeple? I don't know. Man, we need a few more. So I need 1, 3, 4 more. 4 more. That should be 8 in each. There we go. That should give me 4. Alright. Perfect. Okay. Beautiful. Alright. Outer edge is done. Now we gotta do the interior here. Okay. Let's see what my options are. That's a ridge. That's a maple roof top. Okay, so this is for doing more like the lower type. Yeah, I think I might find myself forced to just kind of do it the other way. Alright, so we'll just go back to what we were doing then. Just do a half stack at a time. Get those, and then we're going to need... What was it? So, like... I need some corner pieces. Which was what? It was... That, yeah. Okay, so we're going to need some corner pieces. There's 3 of them. So let's go ahead and throw down our support. This is what I like to do. I like to just throw a support piece in here. Over here. Because we only got 3. Alright. Oh, there's a chicken over there. It's a chicken. Wandering around my chicken coop. My chicken trap. There we go. Alright. Roof's coming along. I need a few more of those. So, need one over there, one over there. So I need 1, 2, I think. I think just 2 will do it. Then I'm going to need 2. I need one of these guys as well. Alright. Let me knock out my support blocks here. Oh, I forgot the beds were bouncy. As I bounced on the bed there. Cool. Let's go back downstairs. And back up onto the roof. There we go. Yeah, alright. And then we need this one. And for this one... Oh, this is going to be a little trickier. Because it's not going to go... You know, we'll save that one. We'll do this part next, actually. There we go. We're going to come around to it. There we go. And then we're going to come over here and do the same thing. In a second, we'll go check on the pigs, too. Granted, it's going to be a few days in-game before they... Yeah. Alright, so now I should be able to put this one in place by doing this. Basically. Yep, there it goes. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and do this side. And 3. It looks like I might actually get to do roof ridges on this one. Just because if it's going to be like 3 wide right here, the real trick's going to be doing that curve through here. Might need more maple, though. Might need some more maple wood. There we are. We're getting there. Man. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and make the 16 there, because I'm going to need them anyways. Ow, that hurt. I can just... I almost fell on a chicken just then. Saw something in front of me. Could sworn I just almost fell on a chicken. Alright. Get back up here real quick. I'm trying not to fall off the roof again. Boom. Alright, cool. Alright, that's what I thought. I did forget to take these supports down. My lovely supports. There we are. Cool. Now, the next level. Alright, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, let's do this. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's that one. And we just take this one down like that, and there's number 6. There we go. There's our corners done. So let's get those in place. Yeah. Alright, cool. And from there we can build. What we'll do is we had to do this side, actually. There we go. Put one in the wrong place. Okay, good. It fell on the roof. All right. Yep. Kind of have to look at like the corner like right here to get it lined up correctly. And there's that one. All right. I do have some maple left. Go. Hope everyone out there is having a good day so far. Feel free to ask questions in chat. I am monitoring chat. Hanging out here to talk to people. There we go. And we're getting close. Okay. We're close. We're very close. On that side, anyways. This is going to be the more interesting part over here. It's how I'm going to deal with this. Let me go grab some more maple real quick. Because either way, can't do any more without more wood. Let's go grab the wood we need. Alright. And let's see here. Well, my best bet for maple is going to be back this way, I think. We just got through the bee farm. I'm also going to move these beehives into a proper... good lord, can't remember the greenhouse at some point. There's my chickens. So they're just attracting other random chickens wandering around here. But we're going to build a proper greenhouse for the bees at some point. That way we can have, you know, honey even in winter. And one of the players on my community server was even kind enough to give me a bunch of glacial ice to use as a ceiling for my greenhouse, so I don't have to like make a whole bunch of glass. Didn't think about the word there for a second. That, and I was just mildly distracted by what was going on in chat. This is a tree I failed to get cuttings of. Well, we're gonna fix that. So this is how you propagate more fruit trees. Chat. You come in here and you cut off the branches. I like to do it during winter like this when they're not producing anyways. It also gives you a chance to like harvest fruit off the wild trees. There we go. And you can also get some off the center here. Now if you cut this one off, that'll become firewood. There we go. Got 5 apple tree cuttings there. Main problem is they only have a 40% chance of becoming actual trees. Alright, let's go check on our pigs real quick. It should be just over here. How we doing, pigs? Everybody happy and healthy? Yep. Alright. How's our expectant mother? Yeah, 40% of the time it works every time. Exactly. That's exactly correct. Yeah. I think there's some mods that change that make it so you can do things to like affect the percentage. But by default in the game, yeah, it's only 40% of the time that they'll become actual trees. Which, let me tell you, since it rolls per sapling you plant, not like Not when you cut the sapling does it determine, like, this sapling's going to grow and these other ones won't. No, it's when you plant it and let it try to grow. It rolls the chance. I have to get back to the house as my character's starting. You can end up in situations where, like, the first time I ever tried it. So, my first story I've ever tried to plant a fruit orchard in my vanilla world, I got, like, 5 cuttings off of one tree, and was just like, yeah, I'm going to plant these and have a little fruit orchard. Every single one of them died. None of them actually grew to trees. It was very sad. Now, the second time, I beat the odds. I actually had, like, 60% of them actually become trees. So I actually got a better return on my second time. Alright. Now, there being snow on the ground, you can actually leap over the fences. Alright. Quick, don't tell my wife I'm stealing her pies. Let's see here. What else do I want to eat? We'll take the turnip stew. There we go. This is our turnip stew with, like, wine sauce. There we go. It's our fancy stew. I just ate the last serving of it. Alright, so we didn't find any maple trees over there, so let's go over this way. I went into the actual forest. But yeah, Sean, welcome back to chat, dude. You missed me doing the work on the pig pen. Now the pig pit / trap. And we're waiting to see if it actually works once the sow gives birth. This is where one of my players has been building his tree farm. Like, look here, you can see he's got some pear trees trying to establish. Yep. Yeah, my goal is to basically make it, since the pigs get real defensive when they have piglets, basically I built a spac area, and I built a little very narrow gap that piglets should be able to get through, but the adult pigs can't. With the idea being... What is that over there? Okay, that's a deer. Sorry, I was sneaking up on a wolf there for a second. But the idea being basically that I can put I left my lantern somewhere. But that I can put the reed basket traps. There we go. I couldn't think of the term for a second there. The reed basket traps in there with bait, and lure the piglets in there and capture the piglets without risk of the adult pigs crushing the basket traps, because they can do that. Because they'll try and get the food too that you put in the basket traps. Am I out of maple trees? I like oak. Where's my maple trees at? This one. Now, this is one of the ones that grows mushrooms. I don't want to cut that one down. Oh, or maybe it's not. Maybe this isn't one of the mushroom trees. Let's see if I can't find one more maple. That's an oak. Ooh, here we go. This is a good sized maple right here. But Sean, you having a good day out there today? Oh, this one's got a bunch of stuff. Nice. Good. Good. Yeah, I had a pretty good day. Was fairly productive at my day job. And, came home, had dinner with the wife and kiddo. Now, me and the wife are playing some Vintage Story here on the multiplayer server while I stream what I'm doing. Yeah, so overall, pretty good day. Yeah, this one's got mushrooms on it. Gonna take these mushrooms back with me. Yep, I think today's been a fairly good day. At least for me. At least I didn't have, so you missed Dalvik earlier in the chat. He had a rough day, man. He, he got woken up at, like, you know, 1 a.m. by his by his smoke alarm going off because apparently it had a dead battery, and it decided he needed to know about it right then. Okay, well, this tree's ready to harvest. Yeah, I was just like, it sucks. But it is what it is. It's one of those things, like, it's annoying, but it's better to have it and know it's working than not have it and need it. So, there we go. Now to go back to base and see if I can figure out what happened to my lantern. As I blind myself with this torch.
Is it supposed to be hung up on the pool area?
At least my wife apparently found my lantern. I left it in the forge. I missed. Gonna try and hunt this deer. Last time I tried to hunt one of these deer, it killed me. Where'd he go? There it is. Yeah, I actually died to one of these deer, like, last night. Got it. Medium temporal storm coming in. Please don't spook my deer. There's my wife's character trying to get back in the safety of the base area. Alright, just stay right there, dear. Don't run off. Don't run off, dear. These things are tough, too, man. Got it. Yes! Cut that deer. Alright, now let's see if I can't make space to carry it back home. Because I am using the butchery mod, so I actually have to go and, like, butcher the animal. Ah, it's low weight, too. Oh, I have to do it empty hand. There we go. Alright. But we got the deer. So if y'all have never used the butchery mod, you have to have, like, skinning hooks. And then you have to, like, put, like, buckets under them and stuff. It's a whole thing. It's really cool. Like, I actually very much enjoy it. Get my lantern back that I left in here. There we go. Alright. That's not what I wanted. That's your cranberry wine barrel. Okay. Here's the mushroom jar. Mushroom jar. There you go. I brought you back some mushrooms here. Alright. I also brought back a deer. My wife's excited. Because until we get the pig farm sorted out, we don't really have, like, a consistent source of meat. There we go. Got some hides. Nice. Oh, these things give a large hide. Okay. And got some antlers, too. And then, see, the reason you put the bucket under it is because, notice, it's got a drain of blood there for, like, 2 hours in-game. With the bucket down here, you'll actually collect the blood, and then you can use the blood for stuff. Like, we actually have 3 liters right now. Like, you can make, like, blood bread and stuff. So, it's really cool. And that's all stuff that they've added with that mod. Put my seeds away. Oh yes, dear, I brought you some tree cuttings as well. Here you go. There we go.
Awesome.
Yep, thought you might like those. Go ahead and cut up some more fire or some more boards because I'm gonna need those. And actually, go ahead and top off my food while I'm here. Let's see here. What do we have? Carrot stew with stewed cranberry wine. Ooh. Let me see here. How much satiation? Oh, it only gives 15 fruit satiation. Yeah, that's all right. It's still something. There we go.
Best I can do right now.
Ah, I know, dear. It's the best you can do. I mean, I could also just start drinking the wine. Do another minute. There you go. I guess I could sit. Oh yeah, it's calm. So I can go work on the house until the storm starts to roll in. Alright, let's see what we need here. Get back up on the roof here. We need... So I'll need the corner piece there. I'm going to need some of the regular pieces here. So let's do that and that. We'll just go 12 more there. That should give me 6. Nice. Here we are. Only been one too many. But we will see. Okay, so let's do this. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Alright, so now we need to do a cap and then some tops. So let's see what the recipe is for that. So we need a cap. That's the ridge. That's the tip. I think it's just the ridge, actually. That's easy enough to make. Alright. Keep ending up with just 4 left over. It's very interesting. Okay, so... Ah, not where I want you. Alright, so we'll have to do it this way. There. At some point, the snow in here will clear up. Yeah. Alright. Let's see if we can't get that ridge to do what we want this time. Okay, ridge cap. If I do it like this... Nope. Gotta do it the other way. Nope. Fell down in there. Heard something. It says sugar. Ow. Go ahead and get my thing back. It's like the shivers. Oh, wow, it's high. Okay. High rift activity currently. Got it. To the safety of the cellar. Oh, I see that shiver out there. Get my beating stick. My whooping stick. You stay over there, shiver. Alright, how's this doing? Oh, good. The deer's ready. Ready to be processed. So now we come and we just right-click here. That puts the deer back in our backpack slot. Right-click here. We can put our backpack back on now. And then we grab the butcher's cleaver. And we just look at the table. And we hold right-click. And it butchers up the deer. And there we go. Cleaver back. And then you break the carcass. And there you go. That's it. And you get Prime meat, which you can use to make foods. You get some raw red meat. You get some offal, which is basically like the organs and stuff. Then you can clean those up and use them. But you also get these strong bones that you can use to make tools of various types. Yeah, I like this mod. It was really cool, and one of my players convinced me to add it, so we did. You can also get sinew sometimes from some of these animals, which you can use in place of like string and stuff. And so you notice we got like, ooh, we got 4 liters of blood off that deer. Alright, dear, here you go. Here's some more blood for you. And the blood's cool because you can just make bread and stuff. So, super neat. And I got you some more meats to play with, deer. Yep, more pies. Alright, how soon was that rift? Don't know yet. I'm gonna talk to one of my players real quick about the underground farming. There we go. We've got underground farming turned on the server, and one of my players is telling me they tried it, but it seems like the underground farm is still exposed to the elements, and that is true. But the trick, in case people don't know this, is the deeper you are, the warmer it gets. So the closer you are to the mantle, the warmer your farm is. So if you want to do underground farming and farm during winter, you want to go all the way down to the mantle and set your farm up there. And if you do that, you should theoretically be able to do like year-round farming. I think it also technically does measure the light level in there, so you'll need some like lamps or something in there. But that part I'm not sure on. That I haven't tested. And yeah, this is my first time ever actually playing with the underground farming option being turned on. I'm gonna go back outside. Alright. Try and do some more work on the farm. Or the house. Where the temporal storm rolls in. There we go. Now the trick is I'm not sure what I want to do over here. Oh goodness. Shiver chased me up the stairs. Oh god. Out. Dang it, Shiver. That's... What are you doing inside the... How'd you even get in here? If you're gonna be in here, I'm gonna beat you with my whooping stick. What? Oh, good lord. Don't go outside right now, dear.
I'm here for a reason.
Yeah, the neighbors are about. They're not real friendly. Well. Drifters just be whooping stick. Drifters are winning right now. Actually, I do that. There we go. was telling that same player about a mod I used to help me see UI stuff, which actually I need to add that mod. Because mod adds like extra information down here on the edges next to your toolbar for things like, current temperature, etc., that your character is experiencing. Good little mod. I'm gonna need to eat something here. Because I can't get outside to get bandages. We should probably start considering keeping some bandages in here. In hindsight. Okay, run to the bandages. Got the bandages. Aha. Ha ha ha. Those drifters thought they were going to keep me from getting those bandages. Where'd your torch go, dear? Or your lantern?
I had my lantern on me.
Oh.
That's a storm.
Yep, storm's rolling in right now. There we go. Alright, dear. Got my whooping stick in case things go sideways. Oh, someone left a voicemail. Ah, yes. The temporal storm. Where everything gets kind of trippy. Kind of wish it was happening at night, though. It's really interesting during the daytime to see these. Alright. Sorry about that, folks. I'm showing my wife something in the real world. I forgot how the sounds are. Actually, you know what we need? Let me see how we build this one. Let's see here. It is... let's see here. Resonator, that's what I need. Alright. How do we build a resonator? So, we need like a whole bunch of Jonas parts and crop nickel. Oh, but you can buy them from the luxury goods trader. Ew, interesting. Oh, and you also need electrum. Oh, this is expensive. Okay. You need 2 bars of electrum for that, and the Jonas parts. So you need the dual valence emitter. You need the parallel transfer vessel. You need the sub-assembly. Finely balanced oscillator. You need a copper nickel rod. It's metal parts which I have. You also need sub-assembly intricately round spring, then temporal gear. Oof. Oh, you also need lead plates. 2 of them. Oof. This is expensive to make. Okay, I'll just have to buy one. I'm gonna get us a music player, dear. So I'm gonna get us a music player. Also, I'm gonna steal some of your wine. I'm gonna steal some of your blackcurrant wine. Okay, 80. Alright. There we go. There we go. Now, not only is the the temporal storm going on, but my character is now also inebriated. Let's make this temporal storm even weirder here. Here we go. That's right, Thracker. If you have to face the Eldritch horrors beyond advantage, you can think being drunk would make it easier to endure. Absolutely. I mean, I only drank like 4 liters of wine. That's a perfectly reasonable amount of wine to drink in one sitting, right? And by the way, how you doing, Thracker? You having a good day, man? Also, thanks for coming by the stream. Time to game. I've now just started a discussion in the good that you're doing alright. I've now started a discussion in the server chat of like, you're supposed to drink during these things, right? And they're like, I don't know. If I had a drink, I would drink though. This is now is what my players are responding to me with. Oh man. Alright. was hoping the storm would be coming to an end here in a minute. Also, apparently this whole, like, messed up text in the chat is completely vanilla during these temporal storms. I had no idea. But that's because I normally, you know, this is my first time really playing on a server, so... Like, we all saw that, and we were all like, what's going on? And then one of our more experienced multiplayer guys was just like, oh yeah, that's completely normal during the temporal storms. It's just a vanilla feature. We're like, oh. Those of us who don't normally play on multiplayer servers had no idea. There we go. Is offering them some of the wine. Oh, we've got a friend, dear. Your friend is beating you to death. I got him. Ah. That drifter. Oh, you had another one. There was two of them in here. Good lord. Yeah, so that happens when your temporal stability gets too low, by the way. They can just start spawning, regardless of the environment. Alright. That boat towards gotta go. Get out of my yard, drifters. I mean, that's kind of how I play right now. I throw rocks. You stop that. I see you try to aim. There you go. Ow, that one got me. Got him, though. One less boat toward in my life. Where'd his little friend go? Well, those are chickens, not boat torn. Oh man, temporal gear, yes. Yes. Completely worth that arrow to the face. That's it. Oh, awesome. Thanks, dear. Yep, chicken boat horns. I think I might actually hit one of the chickens by accident with one of those rocks, too. Oh, look here. Look here. Someone's got to be drunk during those storms. Now it's back to working on my roof. But look at this house. What do you think of this house stack here? This is the house we're working on. Or that I'm working on. Yeah, so I've got some storage under here. I'm going to put it in a double chest eventually. Get rid of the small one. Yeah, no, it's much better because now that this roof's on, the snow's clearing out slowly but surely. Like, this room still needs to be finished being roofed, but, like, we're getting there. And this is where I'm going to shove the kiddo. When his character's online, he can live in this back room here. And yes, he asked for a back room on his own. And then he put a chest here full of random stuff that he had. Like, tin bronze. I don't know where he found his tin bronze pig, but he found one, apparently. I actually think I have most of the wood I need I just got to finish figuring out the pattern I'm going to use here. I'll show you kind of what I got going on. So, like, I've gotten this part done over here. This is all done back here. The real problem I've got is how I'm going to do this part here. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So, let's see here. Well, there are corner pieces, but I don't know if there's, like, half corner pieces. If that makes sense. So, like, I know with, like, I've got these here, which I think is what I'm probably going to end up doing. These tips. Oh, I forgot I can make wooden lanterns with primitive survival. But like this, there's no, like, half corner piece for this or whatever. Same with this one. But, like, this one has, like, half pieces. Yeah. The whole thing. So I think I might just do these roof tips here. Let's see how those look. We'll do one. See what that looks like. So here we go. Like, yeah, you know, it's not. That's not terrible. I think I can make that work. I mean, I could also always theoretically just slope it up further, but I don't really want to, I don't think, because that's going to require a lot more wood than I want to deal with, I think. So let's see where this gets us here.
The bandages now live.
Okay, actually, I like how these kind of come together. Alright. Yeah, that's working out pretty well, I think. Yeah, they kind of fit together nicely, don't they? Especially since I did a whole lot of deforestation to even get to this point there, Thrakier. Yeah, this actually works out pretty well, I think. I didn't expect it to be that well done, so I need one. So it's 2 there. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I need 5 more. That's what it looks like. There you go. Alright, let's see how that works. 5 more. There we go. Alright, now we're all roofed up. Cool. After much time in game, finally actually have a roof. Oh yeah, slate looks really good. The problem is you need actual slate. Yeah, no, you need tons of slate. You'll do lots of quarrying and stuff. Alright, now to knock all the snow out of here. I mean, it will eventually melt on its own, but I'm going to go ahead and get the snow out of here. So half of his slate and half is granite. Yeah. Like, I intentionally went and mined extra granite to do, like, the cobblestone trim for my house and stuff. I don't have slate, unfortunately, because I was going to do the slate roof, but I could not find a slate biome. I got basalt, but not slate. Oh, you live in slate? Nice. It's just such a nice looking stone for, like, roof and stuff. There we go. Most of the snow's out. And now... Actually, that's something I should do. Let's get these. Let's see if I can finish. Yeah, so we need to seal that in there. There we go. Pine forest, slate, and granite below. Nice. Just need a few more boards. Then I can seal in the kiddo's room. Um, I don't have the blocks. Alright, let's see here. I have to go get some more cobblestone or something. Just, at this point, something to finish this off. Alright. Oh, back here. Let me go show you here in a second. There's that to finish it off. Then I need a door. There. Cool. Actually, you know what? I don't want that. That's going to look ugly if I put that in there. The door's fine. That's not going to work. I do like the fact you can use saw to convert these blocks back into, like, boards. Some of them. The roof pieces, not so much. There you go. Put that in there. But let me go show you the improvements I made to my boar trap. There we go. I can still hear a boat horn somewhere. Anyway, so we're going to drop this off, and I'm going to show you those improvements I made. Yeah, the whole reason I was doing the stream. Go. Nice. Kiddo's room is all done. Except for bed. He needs a bed, but that's fine. Alright, dear, the house is done. Actually, you know what would work? Let me grab this real quick. We're going to grab... So it was like right here, so... Oh, that's perfect. And then... There! Now we have a nice centered lantern, too. I like that. And that also gets rid of that, that extra cobblestone I had. Cool. Alright, so let's go over here to the boar pit I was working on back here. And I caught some boars, so we have some. And I'm waiting for them to reproduce to test out my new and improved boar pit. I also need food, I just realized. Yeah, I was really kind of hoping that after the temporal storm passed, the temporal or the rift activity would go down to calm instead of medium. Alright. Our boar pit is just over here. Yeah, no, I get that. Alright, so this is my boar pit. So, originally I just had this right here, this little square. I didn't have that hanging out. And then I put, like, a feeder in here, a trough, so I could feed them. And that got my sow pregnant. And then the improvement I've made is I carved out and chiseled out a little pathway here that the adult pigs can't get through. And then my hope is that what I can do is, because I've already even got this, I'm going to grab a couple of these boxes here, these traps, because I actually have a ladder down to here. So my goal is to be able to come in here, basically put down these traps in here, and then bait them. And then the piglets will walk through there from that side into this side and get trapped so that the adults can't come in here and trample the traps. That's my goal. Ooh, that would be an interesting mechanic. So one of my players is talking about. Yeah, so that's kind of the goal. And the reason I got this idea, and I'll show you here in a second, while my character starts this. So let me go back to the house and grab some food. Then I'll show you what kind of made me think of this idea. Because this is actually something I've done in my vanilla world, my solo world, where I'm playing through the storyline, which that'll be my next stream, is playing through back in the vanilla game, working on finishing the story. But in that world, I built a chicken coop that as the chicks hatch, they fall down through the slats in the floor into a little under area that I've made for them. And then there's some stairs leading up into a separate pin next to the hens, so that the chicks will go up the stairs into that pin until they're grown up, and I can then, cull the older generation and let the new generation chicks back into the main coop area. I can see you over there. I don't really want to fight you right now. Yep, it's got me. Coming in hot, dear. There you go. Now to feed my character before he keeps complaining about his tummy. There we go. And now to grab some more bandages.
Two shivers.
Yeah, I told you I was coming in.
In front of my pie.
Told you I was coming in hot, love. There we go, and then knife, bandages. There we go. All right, get healed up a little bit. Then I'll go show you the reason I did this and what made me think of all this. There we go. Get my lantern out. There's a whole bunch of, like... It still says only, like, medium activity. I think that one's trapped in that hole. There he is. Yep.
My stuff again.
Look, I have to eat a lot of food, dear.
I'm talking about the mixing bowl.
The mixing bowl ate your stuff again?
You know how the awful?
Yeah.
I just cleaned another one and it's gone.
My wife's been having an issue with the mixing bowl from the...
I wonder if it's because you put that second oven in.
It could be, dear. You might need to move the mixing bowl.
I might need to move that oven somewhere. I think it might be.
Come on out, Drifter. Drifter. Alright. Getting in here with the whooping stick. That Drifter. Had to get out the whooping stick. Yep, I will take the flax. There you go. Alright. Now let's see if I can get over here and show you what I was trying to show you. Because I burn through bandages like a madman here. Alright. This is my new and improved pig pen after we lost the pigs to a bear issue. So basically, you can come in here, and this will let you into like the main area. And then, you know, that's where the boar is going to live. But in here's where you're going to keep the sows. And as you can see, what I did here is I've carved out the center of each block with my chisel. And the idea is that the piglets will fall down there. And that'll let them go down here under this place. Which, if I crouch, I can actually walk in here. And then to try and get back to their parents, they'll go up these stairs and kind of over this ramp here and into this room. And then they'll be stuck in here until they grow up. And then what I can do is, you know, I'll come in here, cull the boars, any boars that are in there out, cull the sows that are in here, and then let the new sows from there into here, and keep repeating the process till I get to generation 10, basically. That's the goal. Let's get back to base here before the drifters catch me. And I've successfully done that with chickens in my vanilla solo world. How much charcoal do I have left? I still have like 200 charcoal. Okay. So you said this mixing bowl's giving you problems here?
Yeah.
Why don't we try putting it on its own like little table? And see if that helps. I'm going to put your mixing bowl over here, dear. Is it supposed to have a ceramic cook pot in it, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know, because I've never messed with it, so I have no idea how that works mechanically. But I put it over here, so it's on by itself.
Okay.
Get out my lantern. It's getting dark out. I'm going to have to make a new sling soon. Or switch over to using a longbow. Because I do have some longbows. You know what else we haven't done today? Since we've been on deer? We haven't gone to visit the trader to see what trader's got. And oh, I do have a luxury goods trader over there. I should go take my money and see if I can get a resonator. Oh, good. That side's ready. There we go. Beautiful. Slowly stacking up on the leather, folks. We're getting there. Actually, that's something I should work on. Let's see here. Where is it? Let's see here. We should work on automating your quern.
I approve this message.
Mill. Windmill rotor. We need the vertical rotor, though. Here we go. I need 2 iron plates for that. Okay, so I can use an oak log or maple. Okay. So I need 3 iron plates in total to do this. The way I want to do this, anyways. All right. How much iron I got? So that's gonna be 6 iron ingots. Oof. Oof. It's gonna be expensive, folks. There we go. That should be enough. So it's what? Yeah. So that's 8. Oh, there we go. We're gonna do. Well, I can do one more. There we go. We're gonna do 2 full runs of iron. Okay. So leave 8 nuggets in here. That's one thing I do miss is, or don't, I do wish you could mix and match like your iron nuggets. Like if you're gonna do this, you have to do like all hematite or all, iron bits in one of these runs. It's one thing that kind of saddens me about this. Like, why can't I do a mix of hematite and iron bits, or magnetite and hematite, or something? I think there's a mod that probably fixes that. So you can also use the boomers to make glass back here. There we go. Grab out the torch. There we go. Those are lit. Yeah, so if you take your bloomeries, you can also throw your clear quartz and your regular quartz in there to make glass. And not like quartz glass, which has a foggy look to it, but actual glass. It's really cool. I'm going to need some more arrows soon. Actually, what is the break chance? These have a break chance of 30, 25. So these are slightly better than these. The copper ones. 15%? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you should definitely try and put up a small greenhouse before winter sets in the game, because that will let you do things like grow your rye over winter with it continuing to grow instead of like not growing. It is. Rye is probably your most cold tolerant plant. I hit that sugar. But even it won't grow during the winter, like exposed like this. But if you put it in a greenhouse, that plus 5 degrees will allow it to grow. Pardon me. Had to yawn there for a second. Well, if I'm going to get these done here. There. Put that there. You have a fair bit of it since, yeah, I mean, it's a good crop to have. Like you should absolutely be happy to have a whole bunch of rye around. This is a great crop because you can use it for quite a number of things. So, like, the merchants will trade you for rye bread sometimes, and things like that. It's really good for baking. And the only grain that has a better satiation value is rice. But rice requires a very warm climate to grow. Matter of fact, you find it in like the more tropical climates. Or you can also sometimes find it in like the seed vessels or from agricultural traders. But a lot of your traders will also buy rye bread. Like your survival traders, your treasure hunter traders will both buy rye bread. Um, they also buy flax bread sometimes or spelt bread. They cycle through like every few in-game days. I'm going to work on making this mill. Do be careful out there, dear. There's a lot of drifters and stuff about. There we go. This one's almost ready to go. 1,000 degrees is good enough. There. We're gonna make.
There's food in the front right thing.
Oh, thank you, dear. My wife was informing me that she's finished making some more food and is now logged off. She's left me to do the foraging to make her mill. This is my lot in life. Make the mill. There we go. Let's bring these down. Bring those over. This one's not gonna have a whole lot of bits left over. This is one of those that it almost had too few pieces, which can happen. That is a thing that can happen. You can end up with too few voxels, effectively. And the only way to fix that is to take your partially completed bloom and put it on a Hellhammer, because the Hellhammer can magic the voxels that are... Because effectively what happens is the voxels spawn outside of the normal view distance on the work project. And the Hellhammer is not limited to the normal view distance, basically. I think it's something that devs are actually working on fixing. There we go. There's there. Nice. It's almost ready. Load the forge back up. Alright, let's see if we can't get... these plates knocked out here really quick. Because again, this is all stuff from the Millwright mod, which is actually my first time ever playing with the Millwright mod, by the way, folks. Including that really cool, like, pass-through block, which what it's supposed to do is let you basically run your mill through an already solid existing block or whatever. So you can like run your mill axle through like a wall or a roof. I'm gonna try running it through a roof myself. There we go. So we're gonna see if it works. Got 3 of our ingots done. 3 more to go. You know, doing this is making me realize I was spoiled by my Hell of Hammer on my vanilla playthrough. Go. Almost done. Cool. All right. We're getting there. Throw a little more charcoal in there. Grab the next bloom. I mean, it's good that I'm doing this anyways. I needed to process the iron. This is also a good test to see about setting up a Hell of Hammer in the community shop. This is also my first time testing out the vertical mill brought to us by Millwright. Do it that way. Bring these back. And then we'll bring that back. And then there and there. Wrong way. And that one down. And that one down. Cool. It's one of those things where you start looking at the patterns and seeing where the voxels need to move. Let's go grab some food real quick. I thought you said there was food down here. My wife told me.
Fix the door.
Oh, I found it. Thank you, love. There we go. Had to go find where my wife put the food. She normally throws it on the shelf. There we go. Also, people in chat, let me know what y'all think about the thumbnail I used for this stream. Wasn't too sure about it myself, but it's an experiment. See what we think. And if you're watching the VOD after the stream, feel free to leave that kind of opinion in the comments too. There you go. Just break both of those down. Cool. There you go. So we got our 6 ingots, technically, but I'm going to just go ahead and finish these blooms I have up, because I only have 2 left anyways. So Thrak here, if you're still hanging around, have you done any of the trading and talking to the traders yet? I know you're playing without the stories, or no, you're not doing the story stuff. Oh, there's no traders in your world because you're doing a completely you're doing like a Homo sapiens world. That's right. What you might want to do is in your next run, there, Thrakier, try leaving like the story content on so you can get the traders. But turn off monsters. Because you can turn off the mobs and you can turn off the temporal rifts and stability stuff. You turn all that off. So you still have like the traders and the NPCs and stuff. Just without the hostile mobs. That way you can experience, like, you know, some of the trader stuff. Not that they, like, have any super cool dialogue or necessarily anything crazy like that, but, you know, it's a neat interaction. Because some of them do actually have, like, little bits of story content and just, like, world-building content that you would find interesting. I know for a fact you'd find that interesting. Go. This one over. That one down. Hunter is a pretty cool class. Especially if you like archery. If you like the archery in the game, Hunter's the way to go. Now, it does hurt your mining, though. Like, the mining part of Hunter just hurts. Yeah, you're like me, you enjoy mining. Now, if the food wasn't such an issue, like Blackguard. Blackguard is great for mining. Yeah, but you're right. It is so hungry though. Oh my goodness. Like, you will spend so much time just trying to keep your character fed. As my kiddo found out the hard way, because his first time playing Vintage Story with me, he decided to play Blackguard, and I spent all my time just trying to feed him. But there's a neat mod that I think it may be a little like cheesy in some people's opinions, and I can agree. But basically, it lets you didn't know if you could make it out of spring with 30%. Yeah, I know it's rough. You know, and I was dedicated to like providing food for the child, like kind of a thing. Okay, put these in here to warm up. But as I was saying, but there's a mod that I found for that playthrough that I do with my kiddo. That basically it eliminates the negative class features on each class. And also adds some class features to Commoner to make up for that fact. So that everything feels a bit more balanced. And it kind of helps that. It lets you keep playing Blackguard without, like, eating the entire town's food supply. Yeah, it's definitely, like, you know, a class for, you know, I'm playing with a group. And we're all going to be playing together and supporting a town. Like, you know, I would not want to try to play that solo for a run. Although that might be a good challenge. What's your challenge? Play the game as a Blackguard. In, like, I don't know, Homo sapiens difficulty or something. Oh, God. It's just thinking about that, like, sounds scary. Yeah, like with the way my wife's tackled the farming stuff, we could probably support a Blackguard or two on the server. Yeah, the penalty department would be so rough. So rough. Yeah, with Blackguard. Yeah, just like, oof. Yeah, you probably have to resort just to hunting, because I don't think... I don't remember. Do Blackguards get a malice to hunting? Like, I know they don't on the damage, but I know they do on the range. Like, they're less accurate at range combat, if I remember correctly. But I don't know if they get a malice to harvesting the animal. Sun's up and the drifters and all still out. Alright, let's cut those off. First one done. Alright. Next plate. I see, now I'm gonna have to check, because I can't remember all the negatives Blackguards get. Like, I know they get the negatives to, obviously, foraging and farming. And obviously hunger. But I can't remember if they get negatives to butchering or not. I'm gonna wear out this hammer at this rate. So, you know what? We'll go ahead and finish that. There we go. Yeah, it's an iron hammer. And notice how much durability it's got left on it. It's only got 518 out of 1800. So it's running pretty low. There we go. Let's get that one over. these over. Yeah, 1800 durability. And here's the thing. So, that's just iron. If I went to, say, meteoric iron, that gets an extra 30% durability on top of normal iron. So, yeah. From bronze to iron is a huge jump in durability and tool usage. Like, you'll get so much more use out of your tools. Like, it's ridiculous. And then, here's the thing. You can even go a step further from iron to meteoric iron, which is that, as I said, an extra 30% durability on each tool that you make with it. But if you're making tools out of meteoric iron, you know, I'm sorry for you. Like that, ouch. I get it though. It's fantastic for that durability bonus, but expensive. Although probably the worst use I've ever heard of, and one of my players knows someone who did this, was making lanterns out of meteoric iron. Yeah, no, because copper's such a huge jump from stone. Like, you know, I get it. And then, if you want an even crazier jump, steel. Steel tools are ridiculous. I haven't even made steel in the game yet. I've seen other people do it, but I have yet to succeed in it. It's actually when I left off on my vanilla playthrough, it's actually what I was working on, was making my cementation furnace to make blister steel. And I'm literally just at the point of just making enough refractory bricks to do it. Alright. This should be the last iron plate I need to do this. Yeah, no, that's what the person was saying, is it's like, that's just, you know, rubbing like how much wealth you effectively have in the game in other people's faces if you're making meteoric iron lanterns. And I'm just like, yeah, no, absolutely. Like, that's, you've got too much meteoric iron and don't know what to do with it, kind of a thing. Like, because in my vanilla playthrough, I have one meteoric iron tool, and it is specifically a pickaxe, just because I wanted to have one. Well, pick. It's... because what they're calling pickaxes in this game is not really a pickaxe, it's actually just a pick. If you want to get, like, technical. My father was very much about correcting me on that as a kid. In case people in chat are wondering why I'm going on about that. But yeah, no, like... yeah, you call them picks as well. See, I grew up calling some of them pickaxes because I actually had a pickaxe. Which is effectively a pick with, like, a Maddox head on the back of the pick. So it has a slightly different shape. But if it's got two spikes, it's just a pick. In case people are wondering what the difference is. And as you can see, these only have two spikes, therefore it's a mining pick, not a pickaxe. Alright, oh man. So we finished our iron plates with 284 durability left on that. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to put these iron bars away. There we go. I'm going to put this copper, or this charcoal away. That away. Oh, eat the food. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to need... how much durability is that? That's got enough durability. Alright. Got that. Now I need wood. Yeah, so one of my rules is I always keep an extra hammer. Especially because basically, once my hammer gets down to about 50% durability, I go ahead and just make the next hammer so it's there when that one's done. And I can just keep going. And with smithing plus, I can fix the old hammer. Yeah, you do too. Yeah, it's just a smart idea. All right, so let's see if I can make this thing. So I need some resin. Wait, let me put away my extra metal bits here. There we go. All right, and then I'm also going to need some fat. Yeah, it's you just use so much your hammers for so much stuff. All right, so let's see here. It was I need one of these. Oh, general efficiency is getting online. I'm gonna go 1, 2, chisel, fat, resin, oak log, and hammer. There we go. All right, so there is our first vertical sail axis. All right, so now let's click on that. If I want to make a regular wooden axis, it's fat and log, so I'm going to need another log. All right. Yeah. Let's go grab a log. I feel bad that I'm using oak logs for this, by the way. Okay, so let's go into here. Put an axis. So it's going to be oak log, fat, chisel, and hammer. That makes 2 of those. All right, so now to make this, it's going to be hammer, chisel, iron plate, axle. There we go. Okay. So let's put all these away. I can get this out of my hand here. That's a weird look. All right, put away that chisel and that hammer. And okay, you need a more suitable block. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some roof changes here. All right, so let's go here. Let's do look. All right, fits inside a block to transfer power. Millwright, pass through. Okay, so I don't want to do this. Let me go grab some wood. Let's grab some wood. We're gonna do a little bit of experimenting here. There we go. Cool. Aha! That does work. Okay. Not sure where I'm going to put this extra piece of roofing material, but we'll just toss it here for now. Okay. Oh, my medium height is ready. Gonna put this in here. The line over there. There we go. Alright. Gonna also grab a couple more of these. Do I have any more fat on me? No, but I should grab some more. I've been struck with a slight moment of genius here. There we go. Come back in there, please. There you go. All right. We're gonna experiment just a hair. So first things first. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that. There's that. Yeah, I'm going to probably need to go up a couple more. All right. So let's make a couple more of those really quick. Say like 2 more sets should be enough. I feel bad using my oak for this, but I have so many oak trees around. It's alright. Actually, I'll just put those there for now. But yeah, Thracker, this is how you set up wind power. Yeah. Alright, how are we doing? Yeah, that's above the roof line there. There we go. It's an axis. Nice. Alright, so now if I want to set this up, what do I need? So I need sails. This, and that. Okay. What do I need for the sails? Alright. Alright, so I need 4 sticks, 4. So I need 4 and 4. Well, I have all that. We're making a surprise for the wife. There we go. Sure. There we go. Ah, we're short. Okay, okay. So let's do that. Then we'll go ahead and do this. And there we go. There's 4 and 4. So if we go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that. Then to make this, it's 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. An axle. 3 sticks. Our hammer and our chisel. Since that makes 4 at a time, let's see this. Okay, 3 more sticks. All right. Okay, so the stack, nice. So let's do 1 more of these. All right. Beautiful. So if we do, okay, first things first. Let's close out of this. We need one more log. There we go. We're making a present for my wife. That's what I've decided now. All right. There's my fat. There's my fat. Log. Hammer. Chisel. Boom. Okay. Hammer. Chisel. This. And 6 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 1, 2. Beautiful. All right. Let's go put these away. All right. Let's see how this millwright thing works, folks. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. It works. Now let's go test it. Let's go test it. Oh, look at her go. Look at her go. Yes. Alright. What do we want to grind? What do we want to grind? Ooh, I know. I don't want to do that. Let's see here. Let's find her. God, yeah, here's our throwaway one. So let's grab... Well, you know what? We will do a full stack. We're going to grab a stack out of here. We'll do a full stack. Alright, we'll grab some more food. Alright, I'm going to go get my wife's attention real quick, folks.
Yay!
That was her going yay very quietly in the background, as I've just showed her my screen to show her her new wind-powered mill.
Yay!
Also, on a side note, personal opinion now, I'm gonna be using the millwright mod a lot. I like this. This is nice. I like this whole vertical windmill thing. Would you like to see your actual windmill, dear? There it is, right there.
Cool.
What's that general efficiency? Also, welcome to stream general efficiency. Oh, this is like in-game thing. I was like, wait a minute, did I miss something in the real-world news there, general efficiency? You had me checking on my phone. So, I take it the lake unfroze or something there, general efficiency, and it has now you have a lake for a floor. Okay. You now have a semi-lake floor. Okay. Alright. Alright. Giving me a heart attack about missing something on the world news there, man. I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh, goodness. Fair, but I mean, I do live under a rock. Like, you know, World War III could break out, and I might not know for a little bit. Unless someone called me. Alright. I'm gonna put your new pile of flax flour in your storage vessel for you there, dear. Alright. with this wildly successful experiment. I'm also going to go retrieve my lantern before I forget about it again. There we go. Alright, I need to grab tongs. Tongs. Put the lantern down here for a second. Go ahead and reclaim my bloomeries. Go. The reason I do this with the tongs is because those blooms come out of there still hot, and you will burn yourself and throw them on the ground repeatedly if you aren't careful. Alright. Yeah, like these are still 700 degrees Celsius, which, that's real hot. That is real hot. Yes. Just be careful that if your house is made of wood, you do not put your pit kilns near the wood, as pit kilns will set the wood on fire, as I found out the hard way in my house. One point. Oh, good. This is ready, so that in there and seal that. Nice. Yeah, you just have to put them in the center of the room. You want at least 2 blocks between them and anything flammable. Because, like, you know, 1 block is not enough. 2 blocks is minimum, is what I've noticed. Because I've seen the fire jump that far. But beyond that, it seems to be okay. I'm trying to decide what my next project should be now that the house is finished. You know, actually, you know what I should go do? I should go check the pigs. I'm gonna go check the pigs real quick. Oh, that's probably a bad idea. I should at least get out my whooping stick if we're gonna go check the pigs. Yeah, this is Drifter's Hour, and it's even medium activity right now, so it's even more Drifter's Hour than normal. But you know what? Gotta check the pigs. Yeah, it's Eldritch O'Clock, that's right. I mean, it's not like Dave's wandering around, but we're fine. Exactly, gotta go check on the lard, as General Efficiency's called it. Oh, you're simmering fat to make lard. Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. I forgot that that's something they added with expanded foods and all that. Pretty sure I just heard a Botorn. You know, I should probably make some armor for my character. That would be a smart thing to do, I think. And I haven't seen Honk lately. I don't know what's up with Honk. Because I also haven't seen him in Discord either. He might just be busy. Let's see here. Do we have baby pigs yet? Nope. No baby pigs yet. How's our weight? Our weight still good? Quit running around, boar. I've decided to call one of the boars because we don't need 2 boars. There we go. I mean, I could use a spear. That would make sense. But I also had a whooping stick and a sling. There we go. That sounds like a wolf. That wolf is way too close. Honestly, I'm more worried about the wolves than I am the eldritch monstrosities. Yes, the bacon basher. See, I like to pre-tenderize the pork. That's why I use the whooping stick. I mean, granted, this is literally just like a table leg with some nails in it that I found while panning dirt. Does that seem like a good malefactor weapon? What is that? That's my table leg with nails in it. I found it in the trash can. Look. Seems very in theme to me. Oh, general efficiency, are you afraid that I'm going to come to your house and steal your table legs? Because I need more whipping sticks? I mean, I very well could do that, yeah. It does sound like something I would do. I was an adventurer for too many years. If it's not nailed down, you know, I'm gonna take it. There we go. Oh, got some more ivory. Nice. Gonna wake up to a disassembled dining room set, just like I moved into. Yeah. Wow. Yes, and knife plus log, like your club. I mean, I could make a club, like an actual club. Get these hides processing here. More leather. All the leather. There we go. Go put my ivory in my ivory stash. Oh, right, that's the other thing I was going to do. Honestly, the club's not a terrible, like, you know, I need a weapon. It's not terrible. Oh, I forgot. My son left his tin bronze fox that he found, or I can't remember if I made it for him or whatever, here in the toolbox in the house for some reason. Like, no idea why. Like, I need to go put this resin up. But yeah, for like a just needing a weapon, club is totally valid. Totally valid. There we go. All right, yeah. So general efficiency has been running around the map, and actually stumbled into the archives. Which means I'll probably have to go over there and reset them at some point so that we can all go raid them. Problem you have with it in the context of your playthrough is that the stuff I would need a weapon to fight would absolutely destroy main melee anyway, so you'd rather have three. I understand that, Thrakir. You didn't go in there yet? Okay, cool. So we're still good to raid it. Yeah, that's why we need to get Honk back on, so we can schedule, like, the raid of the stuff. Might be a good, like, once spring kind of sets in on the server, go raid the archives kind of deal. I'll post that in the Discord later for everybody. And Thrakir, what you need... So Thrakir, you've been doing a lot of farming, right? And you have a lot of flax, yes? Yeah, this is... Yeah, this is second winter, technically. Although it says year 1, so that doesn't make sense. It should be year 2 now. But yes, it is the second winter on the server. You have not enough flax. No. And yeah, general efficiency. If a friend wanted to join you, just get them onto these Discord. If they go to the link on my YouTube page, that link will automatically grant them the proper privileges and stuff for the free membership level of access on the Discord. But if they don't go through that link and you invite them to the server or use a different link or something that will link them to my server, you have to let me know so that I can actually go and manually assign them the proper rights and stuff and privileges. Otherwise, the server will just, like, not give you anything. The simple bow is really good, too, there, back here. I like the longbow once you get the stuff up to make the longbow. So this is the longbow here. And stats-wise, it's a bit better, because it's got that plus 20% accuracy with a base damage of 3.75. No, it does not require leather. You can make it using a small pelt as well. Or even, yeah, or even medium pelts. So smaller medium pelt will get it done. You don't have to have leather. Yeah, I want to get a set of gambeson armor there. General efficiency. It's part of the reason I need yeah, the longbow is not super hard to make. It's getting that first bit of pelt. Yeah, general efficiency. I want a set of gambeson armor. I've been hoping that army bacon would be on enough for me to get a set of the tailored gambeson set. Yeah, it does require flax, unfortunately, to make the longbow. You can't use, the other stuff. The other rope materials. There we go. Got some more meat. More meat. There we go. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. These bowls do not need to be in here. There we go. Bowls can go in here. Somewhere around here. There we go. There's the bone storage. Yeah, because it's, I fell in the water. Yeah, because it's 4 flax per thread. And then you need 3, so you need 12 flax fibers total to make the bow. In fact, actually, let's see here. I was going to try and go over to the merchants, but... your one spool short. Oh, right. Got another liter of blood just sitting here. Go. Got some ore blasting bombs with the 2 coal stack I found. Wow, nice there, general efficiency. And yeah, Thraku, there's never... You can't really plant too much flax in this game. You just can't. It's one of those things you're always going to need it. Nice. Their general efficiency. What time is it in the game? It's 1 a.m. Still medium activity out. It's easy to do when you don't find enough, or you decide to plant a whole bunch of rye and turnips. I mean, it's really easy to do. And that's kind of your first season anyways, planting what you get. And then your second season is like, where you actually really kind of focus on what you're going to grow and stuff. And you do a little more planning into, like, when you're going to plant what. So I get it. A lot of people struggle that first year with flax. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Like, everybody runs into that their first, like, big farm season. Getting a greenhouse helps, because then you have a bit more growing space that isn't reliant on the outside temperature as much. I mean, it still is. Like, don't get me wrong. It still absolutely affects it. But it gives you a little more season to work with, effectively. Now, I am probably going to have to call this stream here, folks, because it's about 11:30 p.m. my time, so... And I unfortunately do have work in the morning. So I think I'm going to call it there with this nice evening view of the stars there. It's a good place to sign off for the evening. So thank you all for those who stopped by and hung out with me in chat. Yeah, good night, General Efficiency. And good night, Thrakir. I think so. We'll catch you all later, and I'll be on the server some more later. Because both Thrakir and General Efficiency are members of my community and have access to the server. And if people are interested, and you're watching this VOD later on, come join the Discord. Details are all in there. Got a really friendly community. Good folks. But thank you all so much, and I hope everyone has a wonderful evening.